but I run a project manager in an engineering firm. But I run my own HR outfit. I do talent search. Now, when you talked about working from your home, from your table, which I do, but somehow you are really good at what you did then. But how do you deal with rubbing shoulder with the big brothers in the business? Because I had a situation where there was a firm that needed an architect. They searched for a particular kind of skill. The big boys couldn't get that kind of skill. Still, they had to pay. But I got someone everything they needed. But it took them time to pay me the money because I was a small sister in the business. How do you get over such thing? I mean, they say, yes, you package yourself. Packaging yourself costs a lot of money, You have to get the money from these same people who will not give you the room to be big. How do you deal with such a thing?
I think the most important thing is being good at what you do. First, they will ignore you. I mentioned that the people who weren't taking my course, who didn't give me their numbers, who came later to try to talk to me, first they will ignore you. If you stick to it, because you know where you are going to, they can't stop. If you stick to it, eventually they will pay you attention. When they begin to pay you attention, it will still be as if they're doing you a favor. It's fine, they are doing you a favor. They will cheat you. If I itemize how much we lost in our growing years, you won't be people that left with our money. Because they are doing you a favor. You can't even fight them because you are like, this person is up there or what. So they will cheat you, but guess what? They are preparing you for tomorrow. The most important thing you need to do is to make sure that if they need somebody, they will come back to you. They will say, they will go everywhere, they will come back to you. But you will move from point one where they stop ignoring you to when they pay you attention. To the point where they will deal with you or in a condescending way as if, that's what they're working at. Don't find. I'm a very, very competitive. I'll prostrate for you. I'll even pay you. If you say it's 10 naira. In fact, there was a time in my career where if you give me work and tell me to, I'll say, no, bros, how much you won't pay me? I'll say, how much? And I was just stupid. But guess what? Somebody paid BHM 2.3 million naira this week, and I was just smiling. When I knew this person, I used to go to his house. If you visit him when you're leaving, you give me 5,000 naira. I'm good. Just as for translation. Then, when he started giving us PR work, he would just give us maybe money for 10,000 naira, and then you that's 100,000 naira. Then we give you your own 20,000 naira, and then you write on it. So someone that was giving me 20,000 naira at times, 10,000 naira. At times he would even do stuff, he would just tell you, come, let me be a big man. Now, BHM charged me about 6 million naira. He was begging that, no, this money is too much, pay 2 million naira for a 1 week or 2 week job. It's taken about 5-6 years, but it's come to respect that. And if I had fought him then, or if I've been impatient, I would have lost that relationship. It's also taken me years to also grow to a point where it's almost become to them and say, wow, this guy is apparently indispensable. Because you are not as good as you are now as you think you are. Do you get what I'm saying? You are not. When I read what I wrote in the days when I was a starting home and visiting, I just laugh. So in 3-4 years, you'll be far better than you are now. So you will also mature and grow, and then they will look at you and they will get to the point where you will say, no, this is my bill. They will force to pay it. If they don't want to pay it, they will go. Sorry. Can't take it.
Although I'm sorry about that, but from what I heard, you spoke as if, or you speak as if you've been strapped and maybe you stand on the street one. They don't want to know, but give you some. It's that time you get at what point?
I think it's at every point. People help those that they like all over the world. And guess what? People don't like you if they don't know you. Yes. It's someone that you have access to can form an opinion about you. So if you like be good, it's in your pocket. So there's a physical part, there's a psychological part, there's a spiritual part towards people that people like you. People think positively, they are working towards you when they encounter you. I know you might not be face to face, so it might be by reputation. Maybe somebody has told them about you. So people help those that at every point in time, you will need a word in. I say it all the time that when I was in uni, we used to pray that God, as I'm leaving uni, send people ahead of me to the world to go and speak about the people that I will need their favor.
Amen to that.
Trust me, it works. So you will need it at every point for doors to open. As I said, it's very important, but it's not the most important. The doors will open. I have no doubt that doors will open. I have no doubt that I'll get an opportunity if I wanted to become president to at least put my feet in the race. But if I get that opportunity, am I competent? Am I good luck Ibele, Jonathan? Opportunity to become president of Nigeria to write his name in gold. Incompetent all the way. It's not the guy's fault. I go to Daystar when I go to church. And the gentleman, some of them will say, he believes in training every child. Because you don't know where they will be tomorrow. Imagine if all kids go for fantastic education. Some people will end up becoming governors, some ministers, some presidents. Our problem in Nigeria, in my opinion, is that the worst of us are leading the best of us. They are unprepared, they are incompetent, they are corrupt. They were not prepared for that job. If you read Barack Obama's book, you will understand how prepared he was. And in spite of how prepared Barack Obama was, is it a walk in the park? It's not a walk in the park. It's still struggling. That's someone that was prepared. So yes, we need people who know and like us to recommend us. As I was here now, I got a phone call from a friend in MTN that don't worry, there's someone that will call you now. There's a PR opening. You may cancel your trip tomorrow. So she wants you to see her today or tomorrow. Someone that used to work, probably just called the mobile, they find parents, no, call her, that's it. But when I do get to meet with her, what I say to her was help her determine if she wants to work with Ikeja. If I happen to say the right things and she begins to work with BHM, what will our competence will determine if we will keep the business or not. Most people actually get a first opportunity, but they lose it in incompetence with arrogance. We got the business 3 years ago that a friend was doing. Guess why they took the business from me? They fixed a meeting for 4 p.m. You'll be called at to 6. I beg, I stay traffic day road to 6. And I told them, like, this is what the client told me say is true and cute. I will never be late to a meeting. If I'm meeting you for 9:30 a.m., my alarm is set for 8:30. So that in case my car breaks down on the way and I need to fix it, I will still get to the meeting on time. Because we live in Nigeria now. You know you might be going now and the truck has broken down on the way. So why would you tell me that, oh sorry, there was traffic on the way? You know there will be traffic. So most times we get the first opportunity, but how do we use it? How do we use it? Sorry.
At service, you wish you did not even attend the university.
Yeah.
But I think your speech has been punctuated by your experience in the university, when you're in the final year, your dreams and all those things. I know you as a humble person, no doubt. Humility is a virtue. I remember the first time I met you at Hip Hop World, that was in 2008. And the next chance I would have, you had founded Net then. And you didn't even have enough time, you're like, go and see your size.
Oh.
That's great. So, do you think it's realistic to be able to achieve a breakthrough in the media or entertainment industry without
education? I'll tell you 10 minutes to watch. Education, the way it is structured, okay, is not necessarily the best. If God bless you.
Alright.
Yeah. God bless you. He just mentioned the name of the guy that gave the speech. Can you say he has a bad leg? You need to watch that video. If we were in a good society, myself, I would not have gone to university. Wow. I would have gone to a school of media and communication. Or I would have gone to film school. I would have the people changing our lives didn't learn it in uni. It's from basement. It's from all the programmers and software engineers that you see. They didn't our society trains us to go and get a degree and come and get a job, and that's why we all fail. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody are doctor, no. Everybody needs education, correct? But not the way we structure it, not to go and get a degree. I'll send you that. I'll get it. I'll send you that.
To us.
My question still alludes to the issue of the relationships. Now, when you're starting off, at those early stages, you know that you do have starts and stops. When you're going on the flow, things happen, probably you didn't have enough resources, and the rest. You always have all those starts and stops at the time when you're starting out. So during that period, you're also building relationships, you're meeting people, and the rest. How do you maintain such relationships even during those start and stuff? Because sometimes people look at you and say, okay, I'm working with this guy, and then he switches off for a long period. Oh, where is he? And then you might lose credibility as a result of such. So, but you have been able to leverage the relationships you built at those early stages, even up until today. You have been able to maintain them, leverage them. How have you been able to maintain that credibility even during those, hiccup?
I like the word that you used. Credibility. You start and stop. You cannot stop.
No, what I mean by stopping, sometimes you are hindered by probably like take for instance, and then you have to go and then you have to go and work jobs, get money to, and
you cannot stop. Since I started at 5, I have not done. There is no time that I have not been active. When you stop, number one, it brings your credibility into question. I'm looking for you, then I can't even reach you. Then you are not in the circulation. But do you know what it does to you most there? It corrupts your currency. I'll explain that. You suddenly go to Ghana for 4 months and you come back. Let's say you are an event planner. Then you come back after for 5 months and say, let me call this guy that works with maybe the person moved 2 months ago to the wedding company. Things happen rapidly. You've got to be correct. When you stop for 2-3 months, the business just leaves you behind. Your clients won't wait for you. Consumers won't wait for you. Whatever. So yes, you will have challenges there. Only one person must know about those challenges. You. There are some people in this room that don't have any money in their pockets. Nobody needs to know. If you hug them, they will spend money. If you speak to them, they use their best. They are okay. They are sure that they don't have any money in their pocket. You know that one, you know how you fix it. So when because you couldn't pay your stuff or you were sick, no. When I'm in the hospital bed, my mark is there. If I have 1 or 2 hours, and so if you are someone that has public following, one tweet makes people think that you're still there. You can't switch off. There will be issues. Issues will come. But the moment when it gets to a point where you need to cut off, then that's a disaster. So you cannot stop. What you sell, whether in service, in fact, what brand sell is a promise. I use an example of MTN. If you buy an MTN 1,500 recharge card, the promise is that when you load it on your phone, you get 1,500 credit. That's a promise. If you get the cover less, MTN has failed in delivering that promise. Every morning, you take a key now, you go inside the car, you start the ignition. Why? You know it will start. In fact, life, you go to bed at night, you believe you wake up in the morning. Do you get what I'm saying? I say God is the biggest brand in the world because the guy